sitting at the top of Newmac. That won't last probably, as Babson lost to Middlebury, and I read it today and now I can't remember. But so in the Newmac League, around the league, we've got WPI playing Wellesley. It'll be interesting to see how that contest comes out. Clark is at Mount Holyoke College, right across the river here. And also be interested to watch that contest. And the Babson MIT contest as well will be an interesting score, and to watch what happened there. Springfield is playing, but not playing a league contest today. So we're ready to start. We've got the usual suspects. We've got Morgan Hanwerger back up front, having played some defense earlier this season, and she's joined by Moorhead, and on the far side, Neva Richardson. So back to Anna Ballou. Ballou back to Chloe Leach, up to Sammy Pavlov, but they've got some height out there on Wheaton, and right into the middle. Good start coming out, but nice stop by Maddie Ryan. Pops it out all the way up to Richardson, across a 50. That's Hanwerger on the outside. Going to carry it deep to the corner. Into the circle. She's the master and pokes it out, and we're off and running. Nice connection. Morgan Hanwerger to Grace Moorhead to start Smith off early in the first minute. The first 49. I don't know, what do we have? 14-19. So I guess the first 40 seconds. Smith is on the board, 1-0. With a great pass from Hanwerger over to Moorhead, who finishes it off. So back, Wheaton up the sideline to Bartlett. Bartlett in the middle, but Ballou is there. Taps it through the legs and back to herself. Ballou on the run.
Fifth goal scored by number 7, Grace Moorhead, and assisted by number 22, Morgan
Out to
Hanwerger.
Moorhead. Moorhead sends it back to herself, pops it in. It cross ball. Goalie makes the save. Sad to say I didn't pay attention. I don't know who that is starting, but I'll get on that. I think it's Morgan Carnes, first save of the game. And here's another. Oh! And a goal by Smith, as Carnes misread that and tried to recover with the hand save and not able to pull it off. So the first two shots, not true. There was a save in between. Sorry, I didn't see who put that in. I was looking at Morgan Carnes in the goal for Wheaton. For Wheaton, Sarah Yates passed that back.
Scored by number 22, Morgan Hanwerger, and assisted by number 20, Sammy Pavlov.
Pavlov, that's her first assist on the season. Hanwerger's first goal. Moorhead, of course, her third goal in the season, having made the first one. Right in the middle, that's Abby Morton. Shout out to Michigan family way out there. Amy and Rick, hopefully they're tuned in and watching. Deep in the corner to Moorhead. Moorhead carries it, trying to get into the circle. Does. Crosses it, but Wheaton is there. Don't have their numbers down yet. I think that's Bailey Carnes. Sends it up the wing, but intercepted by Bryn Murray over to Sammy Pavlov, who's able to draw the foul. Hopefully Dee and Val are watching down there in Royersburg, Pennsylvania. Goalie lets that one go. Of course, outside the circle, players, the attacking team has to touch the ball inside the circle for it to be a goal. If it went off defense sticking into the goal without touching an attacker inside, it would simply be a 25-yard hit for Smith. But nobody touched that on the way in, so it came out as Wheaton's ball. Wheaton is a lift all the way across to Bartlett. Bartlett up the sideline. Finds Arkin, but it Rolls off the side, but still Wheaton's ball. Oh, nice drive by Bartlett. Gives it a ride. And Arkin able to force the foul. And calls the corner. This will be the first corner of the game, and it'll go to Wheaton. Back on defense, we've got Ballou, Murray. Got some wind going here. Abby Morton, and I'm guessing that's Sammy Pavlov in the corner. My view's blocked right now, and we've got Janie Cornell in the cage. Janie's got 51 saves on 90 shots. She's been pummeled in the last 3 games, and hopefully going to come up big here today. If Wheaton gets a shot off, and they do, but tipped away by Ballou. Chases it down, comes up the sideline. Richardson tries to come back for it. Oh, a nice tip. Actually, might have been a Smith tip because the referee is signaling off Smith's stick. But number 6, Hannah Arkin, was right there. She does have 2 goals in the season for Wheaton, so we'll look for her to try to pop one in here. LeClaire. Whistle, and so it'll be Sammy Pavlov on the far side. Pavlov sends it, tries to find Morgan Handwerger, but it gets by and goes to Wheaton. I think that's Yates in the backfield and off. Oh, no, that is not Yates. That is Carnes, Bailey Carnes, but Bryn Murray will bring it out. Murray tries to send it forward. A lot of Wheaton there. And we got Jenna Tampon able to draw the foul. Must have bumped into some Wheaton feet. And ref's going to push her in out further. Jenna Tampon will start this off. She's going to go back to Murray. Murray's going to go across to Abby Morton. Morton's there, sends it in for Sammy Pavlov. Some nice passing. Pavlov coming down, getting to the circle, gives it a ride. Oh, I thought that hit a foot, but I guess not. Not like I can see from here. And it runs out of bounds. It'll be Smith ball. Leach is there. We got first-year Chloe Leach playing side defense on the far side. She goes back to Morton. Morton comes across. Murray has to hurry for it. Does, and gets control. Sends it up to Ballou. Again, some nice passing. And Smith is on the board twice already. Tampon, a bouncing ball, goes off the sideline. Bartlett will start it off for Wheaton. Got some height out there. Bartlett sends it in the middle. Ballou gets a stick on it, but pops right up to Seifert. Phoebe Seifert brings it in. She's at the circle's edge, trying to give it a ride, bothered by Abby Morton. And Bryn Murray able to get control and bring it out. Murray sends it up. Jenna Tampon there. Tampon up to Moorhead. A nice slip through. Moorhead takes it through. Gives a bouncing one into Richardson, but gets away. And still don't have that back on the far side. Bothered by Pavlov. Pavlov draws a foul. That might be Lindsay Janisek on the far side for Wheaton. So Pavlov will start this off at the 25. Got Ballou in the middle, but goes down deep to the corner to that's Richardson in the corner. Back to Pavlov, trying to work it in off of Wheaton's stick, and it'll be Smith ball up at the 25. Pavlov will start this off, calls for it. As you can see, we are 2-0. Goals by Moorhead, and then Handwerger notches her first for the season. Pavlov deep into the corner. Richardson there bothering. Wheaton flips it out. Gets by Leach, and Abby Morton comes out to the outside, but Phoebe Seifert is there. Comes over to, that's got to be Hannah Arkin. Arkin carries, I think. That's a 6. Into the circle. Has a reverse drive. Got a player up front. Bryn Murray's there. Referee had her hand raised, but put it back down as no foul occurred. A nice layout by Chani Cornell. Notches her first save on the day. Bryn Murray will start this one off. Goes back to Maddie Ryan. Over to Leach. Leach back into Pavlov. Pavlov gets tangled in her feet. And a lift by Wheaton. Abby Morton brings it down, and the ref's going to call that again. The rule is on a lifted ball, players got to be 5 yards away until that ball is down on the ground, and a Wheaton player came in too soon. A referee's going to call that. Wheaton's got control on the far side. It's outside to Sophie Shikarchi, but it gets away and out of bounds. Leach will start off, goes for the lift, a low one, but through to Wheaton gets control. Sends a back pass back in the middle to Phoebe Seifert. Seifert looking to go outside, but picked off by Murray. Murray finds Richardson in the middle. Richardson heading up the wing, but disrupted by Melissa Jernikoff. But there's a foul, and Anna Ballou gets it back. Ballou's across 25 over to Moorhead. Moorhead gives it a go, and knocked over. Referee's going to call her for, I don't know, intentional, way outside the circle there, unless it hit a foot just as Hanwerger handled it inside. So it's a corner. That's Smith's first corner for the day. They'd like to convert this. Let's see who's going to send the ball out today. It often has been Vivian Nelson. She's not in yet. Smith's going to the non-traditional side with Bryn Murray going to start it off. And they've pulled up Maddie Ryan, perhaps going to go to her in the middle. The usual suspects with Ballou, and sure enough, out to Maddie Ryan. Maddie Ryan gets control across to, nice save. Good shot by Sammy Pavlov, and a nice save by Morgan Carnes. Wheaton gives it a ride on the outside, looking for Courtney Foley, but it runs away off the sideline. Bryn Murray will get to start it. Sends it into Jenna Tampon, but picked off nicely by Wheaton, was there to control. That's Hannah LeClaire. Still got it. LeClaire outside to Foley. Foley trying to find Arkin up the wing. Arkin is a goal scorer for Wheaton, but Bryn Murray collected it, sends it into Ballou. Ballou off to Richardson. Richardson back to Pavlov. Inside the circle, tries to give it a ride, but a little bit of a lift. Referee's going to call that dangerous. It'll be Wheaton ball. Out to Ellie Williams, who has an assist on the season for Wheaton. Finds, I think that's Arkin in the middle. She's got some explosive takeoff there, but Leach comes back nicely, but Arkin able to draw the foul, and it'll be Wheaton's second corner for the day. The usual suspects back on defense. Morton, Murray, Ballou, and Sammy Pavlov. So a shout out to Royersford for Sammy's D and Val watching, and certainly out there in Michigan. Hopefully Amy and Rick are watching. Here we go. Wheaton's going to send it in. Up to the top. Sends it across the top to Helmrich. But Murray doing a nice job coming out. Finds Morgan Hanwerger. She's got it by inside the circle. Moorhead right behind tries to clean it up, and then not able to pull it off. As I said, Hanwerger is a master at drawing the foul in the circle, not able to do it that time. A lift all the way out to Courtney Foley. And I'm not sure what the ref called. I looked away. But it'll be, maybe it was out of bounds. Smith ball. You can see on the clock, 3:40 left in the first quarter. No, it wasn't out of bounds. Oh, yes it was. Referee going to tell her to get on the side. 3:30. We've got a 2-0. Hopefully Smith can keep up the pressure after those early quick goals. The first one within the first minute over to Pavlov. Pavlov down to Richardson. And they'll need to keep the pressure up. This game's a long way from over. And it could be tempting to sit back on those 2 quick early goals. We'll see what plays out here. On the far side, a nice lift. Wheaton's there to control it after it bounces down, but Leach gets called. And, not sure. I think they call it back where the lift dropped. Wheaton goes for the back pass to Lindsay Janasek. In the middle, nice try, but Ballou jumps on it, steps up. She's got some wheels. Trying to go to the outside, but Richardson not quite there yet, and right back at us, Lindsay Janasek again. I think that is not. Yeah, it is. Lindsay Janasek for Wheaton. Pops an easy one out for Courtney Foley. Gives it a ride down to Delaney Stokes. Delaney Stokes is from Watertown, Connecticut, and her sibling, Reagan Stokes, graduated from Smith last year on that NUMAC championship team. Stokes, Reagan was a defender. It looks like Delaney's playing forward for Wheaton. Right in the middle, Elizabeth Helmreich picks it off for Wheaton. Nice. She's got some wheels and some height. Smith must have tipped it off the sideline. Courtney Foley will start this off. Foley back to, I think that's Bridget Healy. Gives it a ride, a bouncing ball. Referee's going to call that dangerous as Ellie Williams couldn't handle it, popped it back up, and inside the circle, ref will call that dangerous. Leach can't handle that bouncing ball. It goes off the sideline from the big hit by Maddie Ryan, and so it'll be Wheaton ball coming in. Could be Elizabeth Helmreich on the far side. Man, I gotta. These are new glasses I'm wearing too. I don't know what's up. Maddie Ryan sends it across. Whew, that was close as Courtney Foley was there, but Bryn Murray jumps on it and comes up the sideline, finds Tampon. Tampon's got. Wheaton is there to stop it. Nice play by Bailey Carnes. Carnes still in control, sends it back to. Don't have that number yet. 15, Hannah LeClaire. And it's way across the middle. Pavlov trying to stop it, but Sophie Shikarchi brings it down, gives it a lift. Referee's going to call that lift inside into the circle. Too many players around. Smith ball. Maddie Ryan will start this off, brings it back to the 16-yard line where it has to start off, out to Leach. Leach finds Pavlov. Pavlov's a big hit, way down, and that's going to run off the end line. It'll be Wheaton ball. And that'll end it for the quarter. So as you can see, maybe it's 2-0.
At the end of the first quarter, Smith College 2, Wheaton 0.
And right in the first 40 seconds was a great combo by, I think it was Handwerger. No. Yeah, I think it was Handwerger across to Grace Moorhead, who handled it cleanly and put it in. And then the second goal, I think it was Sammy Pavlov. I could have this wrong. Assisted. Maybe it was Sammy Pavlov on the first assist. And Handwerger pulled off the second goal to make it 2-0. Again, an early, quick start by Smith. Their challenge now will be to keep the pressure on and not ride on the 2-0 lead because there's a lot of game left. 45 minutes to be exact. And it's a beautiful sunny fall day. Barely got the leaves starting to change. You can see on the far side we got some yellow showing. And the sumac at the far end is turning red. But It's dry and pretty warm, actually. The athletes are going to be pretty warm out there. The sun is shining down. And I'd give you a temperature, but it's in Celsius on my phone. Right, it's 27 degrees Celsius. That's almost beach weather. And so we're ready to start up again. As I said, both teams today are 1-5. Smith's only win so far came in the first game of the season over, who was it? It wasn't Farmington. It was Westfield, I think. Westfield State. Oh, that was a big win, 9-1. And since then, they lost the tournament, their own tournament, which I don't think they've won yet. So I got to get on that. But Cortland has been a great competitive team for them to have in the tournament every year, and has gone home, I think, all 3 years with the win. And then 3 tough losses, well, 4 actually, a well-fought game here against Vassar, who's ranked number 6, but then some tough losses with Trinity, Conn College, and Williams. Here we go. Smith sends it back, and Ballou forward to Hanwerger, outside to Victoria Mello in the game. She's got it, sends it. Oh, just wide. Nobody there to pop it in. A good hit. And Mello was had a good push in the Vassar game last weekend at the end. They were not able to drop one in. Right, Wheaton. Bartlett has got it on the sideline, looking for Arkin up the side. Connects. Chased down by Murray, but good speed. Arkin's got some speed. And 2 goals and an assist on the season. Ballou there, along with Richardson. Elizabeth Helmreich comes up with it in the circle. She's got a reverse drive. Turns. Referee saw a foot. Signal was a foot. Ball into a Smith foot, and it's going to be Wheaton's 3rd corner on the day. They haven't connected yet. Same defense is back. Murray, Ballou, Morton. Oh, not Pavlov. It's Maddie Ryan back in the cage, along with Channy Cornell. Shout out to Buffy and Blair watching, hopefully down there in Arlington, Texas. Hopefully we'll see him sooner than later. And Wheaton sends it up top, collects cleanly. Nice back pass and a shot. Good save by Cornell. And Murray gets rid of it. Tries to connect with Richardson, but it's a little too much. And I think that's Cornell's 2nd save on the day. Wheaton all the way back, sends it back inside the 25, across to, I don't have that number. I think that's Sarah Yates. Yates up to Bartlett. Bartlett turns. Pressure by Moorhead. Moorhead pops it out of bounds. Yep, it's going to be Wheaton ball again. Bartlett sends it across, finds Yates in the middle. A shot. Kept out by, I think that was Chloe Leach, and now all the way up to Victoria Mello, who does have some height and speed, ready to go. Outside to Richardson. Richardson sends it deep to the corner, but it just runs off the sideline. That'll be Wheaton ball. It's a lift, Wheaton. And handled nicely by Anna Ballou. Gets to control it. Goes back to Leach. Chloe Leach from Keene, New Hampshire. Not too far away. Ballou. Outside to Tampon. Tampon tries to hit. Oh, we got Vivian Nelson in the game. Tampon still in control. Oh, good stop by Wheaton in the middle. That's Hannah LeClaire. Ooh, and a swing and a miss. Referee's going to blow that back into Nelson. Nelson's got some goals in the season, but we haven't seen we'd like to see some. Again, they've had four tough games in a row. Good competitive teams they were playing. So hopefully they're ready for this game. Got to keep the pressure on. Sophie Shikarchi. Murray steals it. Nice steal. Comes right back outside the tampon. Oh, he keeps it in. And Vivian Nelson, it gets tangled up in her feet. And there'll be Wheaton ball. This is Bartlett. Ballou stops it dead. Comes right back at it. Pokes it forward to Handwerger. Sends it across, but nobody there. Picked off by Elizabeth Helmreich. Richardson forward, putting the pressure on. Wheaton gets it through to Phoebe Seifert. Could be Seifert. And a long ball knocked down by Morton. Under pressure by Ellie Williams. Morton still in control, sends it forward. And it's out of bounds. A lift, well done, up to Williams. Ellie Williams for Wheaton. Stopped by Ballou in the middle. She's been handling the midfield today pretty cleanly. Up to Morton. Morton across to Chloe Leach. Stolen by, I think that's Hannah. No, that is not. No, maybe. No, that was Elizabeth Helmreich. Sends it in, but it's off the end line. It'll be Smith ball. 10 minutes left in the half. Maddie Ryan. Trying to find, oh, does find Vivian Nelson on the outside, and then it runs off the sideline. It'll be, oh, no, Wheaton starts it right off. Again, there's Anna Ballou. Oh, we don't know what the ref called. She doesn't either. You could see from the hand waving. There's a lot of moaning on the sideline here for that call, but out we come. Wheaton comes out to Bartlett, who Bartlett has 2 goals in the season for Wheaton. Inside to Yates. Yates back out to Bartlett. Well done. And tries to slip it in, but Abby Morton there to control it. Morton back. Oh, a bouncing one. Tough to control. Leach can't handle it. It was a little bouncy in close range. And Wheaton's got an opportunity here inside the 10-yard line. But Leach is there. Picks it off. Draws a foul against Phoebe Seifert. And Leach starting it right off again. Goes to the middle to Ballou. Ballou's having a great day inside in the center of the field. She's been bumped back from, played a lot of offense last year on that championship team, and now is filling the gap in the middle up to Vivian Nelson, and in my opinion, doing it nicely. Nelson going to the corner. She's getting to the circle. She's going to send it across. She's got players there. Carries it in. And draws the corner. 8:27. That's going to be Smith's second corner on the day. And it could be Nelson going to take it over, or maybe it's going to be Murray. Nope. Vivian Nelson, she's on the field, so she's going to take it from the traditional side. And so we've got the usual lineup. Actually, we don't. We don't have Sammy Pavlov in right now. She's on the sideline waiting to Ken in. But we've got Ballou and Handwerger and Bryn Murray there to collect it from Vivian Nelson. And on the far side, I think that's Neva Richardson looking to tap something in. Nelson out to Handwerger. Handwerger takes it, sends it. Nice save by Morgan Carnes. That could be her 3rd save on the day. Ooh, sorry, I looked away. We're going to have a corner on that. Must have hit a foot inside there on that shot. A good save. Carnes was there. Way to get it off. Morgan Handwerger gave it a ride, collected it cleanly. They got to collect the ball outside the circle. But then, of course, if they want the shot to be able to go in the cage cleanly, they've got to carry it back inside to get the shot off. Across to Handwerger. Handwerger tries to go back to Murray. Gets tangled up. Nice defense by Bridget Healy, a first year for Wheaton Lions. We're waiting on, oh, it's in the center. Couldn't see that. Over to Elizabeth. No, that's number 8. No. On the side, that's Lauren Bartlett. Vivian Nelson putting pressure on, but Bartlett right back with it. Murray there to stop it. Tipped out of bounds by Shikarchi. Murray starts it off. Foley collects, but out of bounds. Murray will go again. Moves the defense by looking back and then finds Ballou in the middle. A lot to be said for deception here. Look one way, go the other way. Morton back to Chloe Leach. Stuck in the Wheaton feet. Leach will get it again. Leach goes outside to Pavlov, who's back in the game. Off of Wheaton stick, Pavlov will start it off. 6:29 left in the half, the first half. 2 early quick goals by Smith, and they're going to need to keep the pressure on. Like I said earlier, game's a long way from over. Murray doing a nice job on the left side here today. Over to Pavlov, chasing down Bridget Healy, who's got some speed. Watch out, Hannah Arkin back in the game for Wheaton. Wheaton sends it back to in their backfield to, I think that's Bailey Carnes. Over this side to Sarah Yates. Yates slips it out to Foley, but taken by Jenna Tampon, and it runs out of bounds. It'll be Wheaton ball. That's Foley. Foley pressure by Jenna Tampon, who gets it, gives it a ride, tries to find Nelson in the middle. Healy picks it off. I think that's Lindsay Janicek on. Oh, he's going to send it back in the middle to Lauren Bartlett. Bartlett drives it. Sends it in. Maddie Ryan there to collect the shot. Did not get through to Cornell. And Maddie Ryan's going to take the hit out. Doing a nice job in the backfield for Smith. From Scituate, Mass. Hopefully they're watching down there on the Cape. Don't know if her mom is here today. Leach working it out to Pavlov. Collected cleanly by Wheaton. Poked by Nelson, but Paquette, Natalie Paquette sends it back, and now it's back in. It's going to be off Smith, so it's going to be a 25-yard hit for Wheaton. Wheaton sends it back. Ballou is there. Pavlov turns. Can't get it through, looking for the foul. Finally the call comes. Pavlov lifts it nicely up to Victoria Mello, who brings it down. Mello's got room and got speed up the sideline with a nice reverse stick carry. All the way up, going to get inside the circle all alone. Carries it still. Oh, nice try. She tried to get that lift once she had just cleared the goalie, tried to get the lift. But goalie got a stick on it, I think. It was her stick, and so that makes it Smith ball. Ballou at the 25 will start this off. 3:33, as you can see, left in the quarter. Well, the first half. Over to Leach. Gets tangled in Wheaton feet. It'll be Smith ball. Leach takes it quickly, sends it down into the corner, but fielded cleanly by Wheaton. I think that's Bartlett in the middle. Bartlett outside to Arkin, who does have speed, carries it again like Mello on the reverse stick inside the circle, tries to get it across. Maddie Ryan in there to get the job done out to Ballou. Ballou chases it down under heavy pressure. I think that's Arkin again, anxious to get on the scoreboard. No, it's not. Natalie Paquette chasing her down inside to Jessica Jacinto. Hopefully they're watching out there in Oceanside, California. Malu and Jai. And it runs away from Mello. Hopefully San Diego's watching. Angela out there in San Diego watching. I'll bet it's warmer there than here. But it's quite a day here. Right, all the way into Sarah Yates on that lift. Bartlett gives it a ride on the outside. Arkin trying to chase it down. It's going to run off the end line. It'll be Smith ball. 2 minutes left in the half. Here comes Wheaton inside the circle, trying to get a shot off, but Sammy Pavlov there. Now, Wheaton got control. Murray comes up with it. Didn't quite make it to Channy Cornell, who's only had to handle 2 shots for today so far. A little different than her last 3 or 4 games. Mello sends it back to Murray. Up to Ballou, a nice tap. She's going to chase that down. Gives it a poke. Watch out. Headed for the circle. Got Handwerger with her. Turns it back. Sends it. Able to draw the corner. 1 minute left in the half. Oh, no, ref changes her mind. Don't know what that was, but nonetheless, that's Foley. Foley sends it deep to this side over to, I think that's Yates. Nope. Yeah, Yates. No, is that a 9? Is that Yates? Yeah, that's Yates, right? Sends it out. Oh, Mello collects it. Coming in. Oh, no, that's not Yates. That's Melissa Jernikoff. Nice. Smith gets a shot off. And Victoria Mello gets a shot off. And Morgan Carnes not able to handle it. It gets into the far side for the 3rd goal on the day. That could be Mello's 3rd goal of the season. I think it was her goal. Vivian Nelson was there. It was. Nelson was there to finish the job if need be. But Mello's credited with the goal. Nice shot. Way to carry it in. And it's off of Handwerger. Couldn't handle that one. But she's up there in the right place. And it's now 3-0 we're winding down this first half. Wheaton sends it wide. To Bartlett in the middle, but collected by Ballou. She's having a day in the center of the field, controlling things. Morton outside to Murray. And that'll be it for the half. 10-minute break, and we'll be back with more.
All right, well, welcome everyone. This is the first halftime interview series. My name is Sammy Pavlov. I am a senior on the field hockey team. Thanks for watching the first half of the field hockey game. My number is number 20 if you're looking out. I am here with Rachel Simmons, the Rachel Simmons. We have worked closely together with the field hockey team, and I consider you, Rachel, a mentor and a role model. So it's so nice to have you for our first interview. Welcome.
Thank you. So excited to be here and with you, Sammy.
Yeah, I am coming to you live from Royersford, Pennsylvania, from my childhood bedroom. These are terrible circumstances, but I'm excited, and it is nice that we get to watch these games as there's no sports on right now. So it's nice to relive the memories of the last few years for Smith.
Definitely.
So Rachel, like I said, we've had the chance to work together both in 2018 and 2019. Can you just speak on your connection to Smith and Smith Athletics?
Well, I started working with Smith in 2010, shortly after I moved from New York City up to Northampton, the Great Migration out of New York. And Initially started consulting to Smith and doing workshops for students. A lot of them were about how to deal with failure and how to take risks, in particular, how to communicate with emotional intelligence, deal with conflict, stuff like that. And then a couple of years ago, I took Kristen Hughes, the athletic director, out for coffee, and I said, I'm a lifelong athlete and I really jam on the Smith athletes. They are like some good peeps. And I think you should probably bring me in to do some of the work that I do at the general campus with the athletes. And she was like, what are you talking about? She kind of gave me that Kristen Hughes, like, sort of look. And
I know it.
I had to sell her on it. But by the end of our coffee at Woodstar, she got it. I just said, well, what if we took that work that I'm doing on how to cope with failure and how to take risks and how to deal with things like overthinking, and we applied it to life on the field or on the court with a team that was interested in upping their mental game. And we put the word out. I'd already done a couple of things, I think, with coaches, workshops with coaches, and field hockey stepped up. So I said, let's do this. I'd never played field hockey a day in my life. I still haven't. I don't think I've even held a stick, which I actually could. I think we're gonna have to work on that.
Yeah, we need to get you out on the field, Rachel.
Yeah. Anyway, I used to play soccer. I played soccer. I played basketball. Those were my two best sports. I played softball poorly. But in any event, I knew that working with athletics would be a chance to work with students who were so totally motivated to learn how to fail well, who were so invested in upping their mental game, that it just felt like a really great integration of what I could bring and what the students wanted. So I began working with field hockey, and the rest is history. We had an amazing season in the 18-19 season. It was pretty dope. Do you want to say what happened in that season together?
Sure. My junior season, last year, 2018, we won the NUMAC, first ever for Smith. Definitely one of the best moments of my life personally. Just so exciting. But I guess, nothing was perfect during that season, Rachel. You worked with us. It's not the perfect season. We weren't undefeated. It wasn't predicted that we would win. But we came together in the right time when it mattered most. Can you talk more about that, of some of the challenges of working with athletes and something that was surprising to you?
Yeah. So, well, here's the thing about Smithies, which is both a wonderful asset, but also incredibly challenging. Nice shirt, Sammy Pavs. The challenge is the intensely hardworking, devoted nature that so many Smithies have, which means that they apply themselves with such passion and alacrity, but they also can be so incredibly hard on themselves when they fall short of the very high standards that they set for themselves. And so I both adore that about Smithies, but I also sometimes want to take Smithies by the shoulders and be like, stop being so hard on yourselves. Because what will sometimes happen is, like, athletics is rife with failure. I mean, one of the great many gifts of playing a sport is that you are constantly flexing that failure muscle. And so one of the things that I worked with the team on was, all right, listen, a pass does not go the way you want it to go. How do you get out of your head? How do you stop replaying that misstep so that you can actually be in the moment right now? So one of the things we talked about or we worked on was mindfulness.
Yeah.
And I know some players, in order to get out of their heads and in order to practice mindfulness, which is really about being in the present moment, they would just hold on to their stick. And we talked about just feel the stick in your hands. Try to focus your attention on the stick in your hands and get out of that part of your head that's like, why did I pass that ball poorly? Or I was in the wrong position, or even, I was responsible potentially for a goal being scored.
Sure.
Feel the stick in your hands, get out of your head, get into the moment, and be here now so that you can play the game and not replay the game that was just happening.
And that's really important, Rachel. I think one of my biggest takeaways from that year was just like learning to take it easy on yourself and talk, that self-talk, and just letting those bad passes, a goalless score, go, because, you can tell when you're spiraling out on a game or someone else's. It's you can see it, you can feel it, and it's contagious. So that's something that I really took away from the season, and something that, I've been an athlete my whole life, but I knew there was aspects that I still needed to improve on, not just my field hockey skill, but that mental aspect of the game for sure.
Yeah, and I think sometimes people believe that if we talk about failure, it's going to make people fail more or increase their negative thinking. Like there's definitely some, I think, misunderstandings, not just about the work that I do, but about this whole practice of learning to be more gentle with yourself. But what research shows is that when you can practice self-compassion and when you can learn to unplug from overthinking, your motivation will increase, your performance will increase. You'll be less likely to feel like shame. And shame is the kind of thing that just like pulls you down like quicksand when you're playing a game. It can really separate you from the rest of your team. It can push you to play like an individual as opposed to playing as part of a unit. So there are so many great research-based benefits to learning how to move through failure with more gentleness towards the self. And I really watched the team flourish when they were able to practice and sort of shake it off, basically. To quote T Swift, they were able to shake it off.
Yeah, and you too. Those games that we played during the NEMAC playoffs and just throughout the season were really hard. I mean, no victory felt easy. The victory felt great. The losses felt terrible, but nothing was easy. And it's a battle. It's a grind. There's a lot of grit that comes to athletics, and working on that just makes you a better person, a better athlete. And yeah, I mean, I do have a question for you. You're on your New York Times bestseller. You're constantly appearing on Good Morning America. I love to see it. You have a nonprofit, Girls Leadership. You're doing a bunch of stuff. How has working with the field hockey team at Smith and Smith Athletics, has it impacted, your future or what you're seeing for a career? Do you like working with athletics as opposed to, not opposed to, but how has that helped you these last few years?
Well, I have said this before, but I will say it here. Working with SCFH has been the absolute, like one of the absolute highlights of my entire career. I had no idea how much. What's that?
It's a big compliment, Rachel. Thank
you. Because I've been hustling a lot and for a long time, but I'm so grateful because, as I mentioned, it is a real gift to work with a squad of people that are so deeply invested in achieving a particular goal. Like that is a gift to be able to work with a group of people like that. And it's definitely shown me how much I love coaching. And I've actually decided to enroll not in an athletic coaching program, but an executive coaching program because of all of the great one-on-ones that we've had. I've realized that I am really lit up by and find great meaning in, and I'm pretty darn good at coaching people. So again, less about athletic coaching and more about helping them achieve their goals. So I also want to say that I appreciate that you say that I'm a mentor. You are all such role models to me. I have watched you all fight so hard, fight hard and win, fight hard and lose, but always keep coming back, always be forgiving of each other and yourselves. And to me, that's the best of what Smith has to offer, which is the kind of unity and connection and just like meaning, that kind of union of those things together. It just has been so incredible to watch and has been an inspiration to me.
And thank you, Rachel. I mean, we've worked together one-on-ones. I know a little heart, a little SCFH love. And he talked about community, and I want to say that the athletic community, has been my home these 4 or 5 years when I was being recruited, but just during this crazy time. I mean, you could say a bunch of words about it, unprecedented. And, when we had our impromptu graduation for, the seniors, my parents couldn't be there, but I know, Rachel, the team, everyone, was there for me, my coach, Jamie, and that just meant so much. You don't have your family right here all the time, and the team is the family that you choose and that you love. And it was really great having everyone there, especially when the world feels like it was collapsing. And yeah, I mean, having everyone at the games and the community is something that I appreciate so much. And it's still happening now with the social media. And I think that's the best part.
Yeah, well, I think that the connections that Smith creates among its students and in particular among its athletes really endures no matter what and under great stress. And it's a testament to the athletics program. It's a testament to Smithies. And I couldn't have said it better than you did, Sammy. I think it is a family. And I think that's what family is here for in times of connection and celebration, but also in times of distress.
Yeah, definitely. So what have you been doing, you're home. We're both home. What have you been up to? I see your daughter. Like, what are the days looking like? Work looking like? It is. I know. You know what? I straightened my hair for this. It was an event. I said, yes, I'll do these interviews because I need a distraction, something to do, some type of normalcy, some type of drive besides my classes. What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Well, I am, as many athletes know, I'm a single mom by choice to my almost 8-year-old daughter, Esty. And so I have been doing a lot of juggling of childcare and my work responsibilities. Most of my work is based in travel. So I spend a lot of time on airplanes. Therefore, I am grounded, which I got to say, my dog, Charlie, is the biggest winner in the COVID-19 situation because he's
my dog too.
He's like, my mom's home. And my daughter feels that way too. So it is a bit of a juggling act right now as a single parent. I am being asked to develop virtual trainings for the work that I do outside of Smith. So in addition to my work with the field hockey team, I also do work with Google. I do work with schools. So actually I have a workshop called Pandemic Parenting that I will be debuting tonight and teaching for various communities throughout the spring. And a lot of cooking, a lot of working out, really just.
So you are, little Smithy, keeping busy and motivated in times of crises.
Oh, but Sammy, it's just not always so positive. I mean, let me just be honest, which is one thing that I think Smithies appreciate in me. It's been really hard at times. You know, it's really frustrating. I feel sometimes like I wish I could do and be more, both for myself and for my kid. I feel cabin fever. I feel lonely. I feel frustrated. But one thing I'm noticing is that every day it is a new opportunity to try again and to make it better. And so if one day it doesn't go the way I want it to, I kind of just got to reset, Control-Alt-Delete, start again the next day. And luckily, we do get a next day. We do get a next try.
Yeah, it's taking it day by day. Like, what have you been listening to anything, podcasts, watching anything on TV?
Well, I'm sort of a political junkie. So, because like my very first jobs in college and after college were in politics. So I really love following any kind of politics, which this whole experience is filled with.
It is time consuming for sure.
I like watching Seth Meyers broadcasting from his basement. I like the New York Times crossword puzzle because that allows me not to think or feel for a period of time. I also started watching Tiger King, obviously.
You know what I need to? The hype, it's the pressure. I'm feeling it. I'm missing out on memes. I'm missing out. I
kind of feel like it's sort of impossible not to be riveted by it because, like, I have no attention span right now, like 0, and I can't stop watching it because it's just so far out and wild. And so, yeah, I want to strongly recommend it. It's just like the perfect content for this particular moment. I mean, I don't know about you all out there, but I feel like I can't focus on much.
No, and why it's so great that we have, these games premiering with no sports going on.
Yeah.
And we are just about out of time.
What?
I know. 15 minutes flies when you're
just kidding. I gotta get back to my kid or something.
Yeah. Global pandemic time just flies. But I wanted to thank you, Rachel, for joining us. It is you're such a great person to have in my life personally. The field hockey team thanks you. Athletics thanks you. And I hope you stay safe and well during this time. And I hope that, we can all watch these games and escape and relive some good and sad memories and, just watch the game. And this will be one of a series. So thank you so much, Rachel. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Sammy. Sammy, you make Smith a better college and you make athletics what it is, and love you lots and appreciate this opportunity. It's great to see you.
Yeah. And, everyone take care. We will be doing this each week. Make sure you tune into all the games that Smith has to offer for the next few weeks and enjoy the game.
And hopefully Aaron and Jordan are watching in Boston today. That's Bryn Murray's sister and kind of brother-in-law, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, shout out to them, Mike and I think he said Lillian. Right, so here comes, what was it, Linda? Oh, here comes Wheaton looking to get on the board here in this 3-0 game so far. Murray, poked ahead and across the mouth of the cage. Cornell doesn't have to play it. and it's out of bounds. It'll be Smith ball. That was Steve telling me that grandparents are in the house. Right. Back to Tampon. Under pressure from, I think that was Bartlett in the middle. Now sends it forward to, I think that's Arkin. Deep in the corner. Foley gives it a ride, and nice save by Channy Cornell. I believe that's her third for the day. It'll be Wheaton ball at the top. That's Hannah LeClaire is going to start it off. Right, LeClaire goes back to oh, that's two. That's Lindsay Janicek in the circle, and it's popped up. That'll be waved back by the ref. Maddie Ryan outside to Pavlov. Pavlov to Leach. Back to Pavlov. Pavlov finally gives it a ride. It's a bouncing ball handled by Bartlett. Nope. Must have touched the leg. Pavlov sends it forward. Yeah, Hamburger might have got a stick on it, so it's going to be Wheaton ball coming out. That's, I don't have a 23. Oh, 27. Karen Dion, who also has 2 goals. She's playing in the backfield, maybe off of corners. We haven't seen her up forward yet. That's for Wheaton. But now it'll be Smith ball. Sammy Pavlov being waved a little more towards the center. Pavlov outside to Leach. Leach sends it in. Tampon tries to get a stick on it, but coming out strong is Elizabeth Helmreich. And then I think that's Foley who sends it forward. Handled by, no, that was Bartlett. Handled by Maddie Ryan. Pavlov into Ballou all the way across. I'm a little delayed here. And Murray sends it a too long one, and it's out of bounds. Will be Wheaton ball on the far side. The lift comes in the center to Helmreich. Room to move, pokes it forward. Murray is there. Collected in the middle by Hannah LeClaire for Wheaton. Sends it outside to Phoebe Seifert. Seifert back into the middle. Tries to leave a little one for her teammate Arkin, but Pavlov picks it off. Out to Neva Richardson. Uh-oh, goes down. Thankfully no injury. Bartlett sends it up. There's Arkin. As I said, she's got some speed and 2 goals in the season with an assist. Morton's under creating the pressure and steals it nicely. Morton sends it. A little bit of a bobble. Bartlett gets control. And this runs out of bounds. That's Karen Dion. To Bartlett. Tips it. She's got Yates down the corner. Chased down by Leach, and it runs off the end line. Yates can't keep it in, and it'll be Chloe Leach bringing it up. Pavlov. Oh, nice ball to Hanwerger, but it's bouncing. It goes to Wheaton. Karen Dion sends it out of bounds off of. Come on, Smith, watch the refs. They're calling it for you. Radio. Mello brings it in. Yates gets control for Wheaton. Sends it forward. Tackled back by Tampon nicely, and Morton able to pick it off. Morton's coming forward. Uh-oh, swing and a miss. Ref's going to call that back. In the middle is Elizabeth Helmreich, who's got a goal and 3 assists for Wheaton so far this season. Goes back to 15. Hannah LeClaire. Helmreich outside to Foley. No, that's Bartlett. But picked off by Ballou. Ballou again. Again, steady in the middle. Uh-oh. A bobbler there. And Murray picks her teammate up. Good overlap by Smith as they're doing a nice job front to back. Here comes Vivian Nelson. She'd like to get back on the board. Nelson carries it in. She's inside the circle. Still got control. Pulls it back. Just a little too much, but Mello's there. Mello turns, sends. That's going to be Smith ball as Wheaton put a stick on that. That's Karen Dion, and it'll be Smith ball up at the 25. Ballou calls for it. Got Mello, Moorhead, and Nelson up front. Ballou's going to carry it. Gets her 5 yards in, sends it forward. Picked off by Wheaton. That's 13. Bailey Carnes. Jacinto tries to get control. Might have just run out of bounds. Bartlett brings it in. It's got a lift, but knocked down by Vivian Nelson and Jacinto. Jacinto gives it a ride, but too high. Smith, the ref will call that back. Hannah LeClaire for Wheaton will start it off. Goes back to Carnes. Carnes across to Lindsay Janisek, sends it forward. Murray chases it down. Murray trying to find Moorhead on the outside. Gets tangled up in Wheaton feet. Oh, it went out of bounds. Murray will bring it back in. Murray goes backwards to Abby Morton. Abby finds Victoria Mello. Mello's got Jacinto on the outside, carries it though. Got it inside the circle, turns. Gets a shot off. It's going to be into the Wheaton feet. Too bad. Karen Dion was there for Wheaton, but got tangled up in her feet. It'll be Smith corner. They're third for the day, first in this half. 7 minutes remaining in the quarter. And again, taking it on the non-traditional side, but it's Victoria Nelson. Probably going to come out to Maddie Ryan here. Got Jacinto in the middle on Ballou. Nelson. Ryan takes it. She's going to let it go. Nelson was there to tip. A nice save by Carnes. Mello's got the ball, sends it in. Didn't carry it 5 yards. Remember that pesky rule on a free hit inside the 25. You got to carry the ball or hit a teammate. Got to carry it 5 yards or pass it to a teammate who's 5 yards away or carries it 5 yards before it can be inserted into the circle. Ball went out of bounds at the 50. Karen Dion will start it off for Wheaton. She's got a lift. Jacinto tried to bring it down. Leach was there, but 24 jumped on it. That's Delaney Stokes. Again, sister of alum Reagan Stokes, who graduated from Smith last year. But Abby Morton takes control, brings it out, finds Nelson and Mello. Mello's got it now. Turns. Looks for Nelson. Pulls it nicely. Chasing it down deep into the corner. Oh, picked off. Stopped by, that was Courtney Foley. Nice, oh no, that was Bailey Carnes. A nice stick in there. Nelson goes back to Morton. Uh-oh, Morton keeps control. Mello chasing it down. Uses a reverse stick. Goalie has to save it even though it was outside the circle. And that's her 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth save of the day, I think. Right, out of bounds on the far sideline. Wheaton will start off. I think that's Jernikoff. Maybe. Also has a lift, but Tampon was there. Nobody controlled it. Back to Murray. Murray tries to get in the middle, able to draw the foul. Otherwise, who is that? I think that's, wow, I cannot see the numbers today. In the middle, Wheaton. Hannah LeClaire takes it cleanly. Wheaton coming up the far side. Still in control. Bridget Healy sends it. And Maddie Ryan comes out, but stopped again. This could be it's number 10. Sophie Shikarchi chases it down into the corner. I think that's, thank you, Abby Morton in the corner. Brings it out. I got some help beside me here today. Here comes Moorhead. Got Mello ahead of her, as well as Nelson. Tries to find Nelson, but Mello tackles back, forces a foul. It'll be Wheaton ball. Ballou can't quite reach it. Here comes Sarah Yates. Sends to Delaney Stokes, but it runs out of bounds. Jacinto with the ball. Goes back to Leach. Leach up to Ballou. Ballou comes forward to get it. Comes back to get it. Oh, yes. Oh, too bad. Tried to reach back for it, but in control was Phoebe Seifert. Ballou wanted to call, but referee saying, no, that's after the fact. And so it'll be Seifert starts it off. Seifert outside, but Mello's there. Takes it cleanly. Back inside, goes back to Leach. Leach up to Ballou in the middle. Ballou's handling the bouncing ball. Got Murray on the outside who pops it up to Tampon. Got lots of dogs here at my feet today. You can't see them, but here they are. Anyway, out to Murray. Bouncing ball. Uh-oh, can't control. And on the run, I don't know who that is, but Wheaton's on the run. And Murray, that is, could be Jernikoff, maybe. And a couple of fouls there. Smith can't control it. Wheaton still got control, tries to get the shot off, and finally draws the foul. Coaches were hollering on the sideline to draw that corner, and they finally did. This will be Wheaton's first of the half, their fourth on the day. They haven't turned one around yet, but they'll be looking to now. It's actually a little dog. It's not much bigger than a cat right here at my feet, but right. So as I said around the league, Babson, as we're not surprised, but the score's more than I might have thought. Babson handled MIT quite easily, 4-1. Clark and Mount Holyoke were at the half, 1 for Clark, none for Mount Holyoke, and WPI has already beaten Wellesley 5-2. Right, Phoebe Seifert's going to send it out, up to the top. Handles it, tries to send it. Janicek couldn't get the clean shot off. And Bryn Murray gives it a ride, but and it was off a Wheaton stick, so Murray will get another go at it. Oh, lifts, nice stop that's Arkin on the far side. Good reach and a stop. Tampon's there, collects it for Smith. Moorhead forces the foul, and it'll be Murray, who will start it at about the 40-yard line. Murray goes across to Morton. Morton's coming this way to Leach. Leach has Jacinto on the side, and it pops out of bounds. It'll be what do we got? Oh, Clark's ahead 2-0 now over. That's who they playing, Clark and Yeah, Mount Holyoke. So Smith's happy to be up here 3-0. It's 37 seconds left in the quarter. We got 15 minutes to play after the close of this quarter, but it's not over yet. We do have 30 seconds. Here comes Delaney. Stokes gets a stick on it. Leach gets tangled, and the ref's going to blow that as a Wheaton ball. 19 seconds left. Wheaton feeling the urgency. Bridget Healy sends it in. 9 seconds left to play, and Abby Morton calmly pulls it out. 5 seconds. Morton still in control, and that'll close out the quarter. Right, so as you heard, we've got 2-0. Clark is ahead of Mount Holyoke over at Mount Holyoke just across the bridge on this beautiful fall day.
At the end of the third quarter, the score is Smith 3, Wheaton 0.
Right, and we have WPI already beat Wellesley 5-0. So WPI is on a roll, 7-0 so far in the season. Of course, this is their first NUMAC contest. Smith plays Wellesley next weekend. I got to look to see what's in between. Let's see. Oh, nothing. So Wheaton, Will Smith's got the whole week to recover, gather their thoughts after this. Oh, I'm not going to jinx anything anyway after this game. And so Wellesley plays Wellesley next week at Wellesley. So I will not be commentating. But I'll be back with you on October 5th when we face off, when Smith faces off at 2 p.m. That's a little bit late, but 2 p.m. Smith with MIT on October 5th. As I said, next weekend it's Wellesley, and there's an in-between game on October 1st. At home, Simmons at 6:30. I probably will not be here commentating. Right. So Babbo is 5-2 on the season. They lost to, I think, Middlebury. And I saw it today. I can't remember, but right. Springfield's not playing this weekend, as there's an odd number of teams in NUMAC. So somebody's. Someone's calling me. Who would that be? Oh, yeah, I can't handle that right now. We'll have to talk later, as we're just about to start the fourth quarter here. 3-0 Smith against Wheaton. See ya. I answered that phone. Anyway, here we go. So it's, I guess it's Wheaton ball. Oh, yeah, I guess we started with it the first 2 quarters. All right. Here we go. So Wheaton's going to start it off. 15 left to play. This game is not over. 15's plenty of time. We'll see what happens. Right. And back to Phoebe Seifert. Seifert trying to find and does connect with Elizabeth Helmreich in the middle. Gives it a ride. Too much for Stokes. Oh, no, that was Karen Dion. Oh, Dion's up front. She was playing in the backfield before. Maybe that's where she's got her 2 goals for Wheaton. Dion is up front now, playing the left wing. And but the ball out to Tampon. Tampon finds Moorhead on the far side. Moorhead carries it deep, stops, sends it across, tries to find Tampon, but Wheaton gets control. Abby Morton steps up, keeps it going forward inside the 25. Sends a long one, but Pavlov chases it down, gives it a ride, and picked off cleanly by Sarah Yates. Morton again picks up Smith. Morton makes the turn into Richardson. It gets tangled up, and it's going to be Wheaton ball. Phoebe Seifert. No, that is not Phoebe Seifert. That's going to be Janicek. Lindsay Janicek will start this off for Wheaton. She's got the lift, finds Delaney Stokes, but Leach pokes it up to here comes, watch out, here comes Wheaton, and they got some speed. They slip through. Uh-oh, Cheney Cornell sticks the knee out, but it's just wide. Cornell's playing those angles, and played it just right. Didn't have to make contact as the ball went off the end line. I think that was Ellie Williams for Wheaton. A good effort there. Smith's got to get the ball rolling here. Here comes Wheaton tackling back. That's Lindsay Janasek. Draws the foul. Going head-to-head with Richardson. And Janasek will start this off. Handwerker in the house with Moorhead and Richardson. Janasek goes across with the lift. Finds Helmreich in the middle. Pokes it forward for, I do not know who that is over there. 9, Melissa Jernikoff. Jernikoff still has control. Sends it in the circle. Maddie Ryan there, but still Wheaton has control. And Maddie Ryan prevails, able to force the foul and carries the ball out. Wheaton right back at it. Poked by Abby Morton. Helmreich turns, gets a shot. Chaney Cornell pokes a quick save in. Maddie Ryan was there. Draws the foul. Wheaton's 5th shot on the 4th shot for the day. Cornell's got 4 saves, maybe 5. I could have missed one. Ballou in the middle. Ballou out to Pavlov. Pulls it back. Got Richardson. Instead heads across the middle looking for Moorhead. It bounces on through to Moorhead, who comes across to meet it. Moorhead pokes it forward for Morgan Handwerger, who gets a shot off, but it's wide. So hopefully Barry is here. Hopefully Robin's watching back home. Right, that's Bridget Healy. Sends it out wide. Moorhead's there trying to get control. Here comes Lauren Bartlett up the far side. Stopped by Murray. Murray in the middle to Ballou. Anna Ballou sends it up to Jenna Tampon. Tampon finds Moorhead, some good passing. Moorhead pokes it forward off the stick of Wheaton, so no call. Moorhead finishes off with a great shot, slips it between the legs of Morgan Carnes for Moorhead's 2nd goal for today, her 4th on the season. And she started off the scoring today and is now put another one in the cage. So 4-0, 10:36 left in the game. 2nd goal on the day by Grace Moorhead. 4th on the season. Phoebe Seifert going up against, she's triple teamed, but still comes up with the ball. Nice play. Carrying it through the middle, bothered by Richardson, pokes it backwards to, or a back pass, a cross pass to Helmreich. Helmreich across the 25, heading toward the circle. Leach is there, pokes it up to Ballou. Ballou finds Handwerger. Morgan Handwerger, a nice twist. Pressured by Bailey Carnes, but gets the call. Here comes Ballou, carries it. Ballou goes down. Referee gonna hand over a card. I'm not sure I'd have handed a card on that one. That seemed pretty inadvertent, but Ballou's been waving all day, and so the ref's gonna send her off. That's 17. Bridget Healy. I think she's going to sit for 2 minutes. But having a full squad is overrated anyway. And but let's see if Smith can turn this into a goal. Ballou pokes it back to Murray. Murray over in the middle to Morton. Morton sends it. Stopped nicely by Bartlett. Bartlett up. Stokes is pressuring, but Leach grabs that one. Sends a back pass to Maddie Ryan, doing a nice job in the backfield. trying to pick up where Beatrice Shadowin left off. Beatrice held down the backfield for Smith for the last 4 years, capping it off at the NUMAC Championship. And Maddie Ryan's doing a nice job stepping in. Across to Morton. That was Pavlov across to Morton. Finds Moorhead. Moorhead gets it tangled up in the feet. Still has the ball. Passes it back to Murray. Murray, a nice turn and go. Got Pavlov, but Murray goes straight in. Stick on it, a little poke save by Carnes. Moorhead runs it down, and the referee's going to call for a corner. So another save for Carnes. Could be the 5th this half. So it'll be Smith's 4th corner, I think, if I didn't lose count on the day. Murray has been taking it out and will again. Got Ballou up top with Hamburger. We got a little change of the lineup. We got Sammy Pavlov outside on the left. We'll see what happens. Goes short to Pavlov. Pavlov gets it, lifts it, and it's in. That is Pavlov's signature. She did that last year in one of the games that was crucial win, and Pavlov does it again here to make the score 5. So Murray to Pavlov. Pavlov with the lift right over the goalie's head. Couldn't get a stick on it. I think that's Pavlov's 3rd goal of the season. 3 goals, 1 assist. We can hear the Rocky theme song for Pavlov, and we've got 8.
Goal by number 20, Sammy Pavlov.
And so Wheaton not going to give up on it, but stopped by Tampon. Tampon in the middle to Richardson. Richardson got Pavlov on the outside, finds her. Pavlov not able to get past. Good defense by Lindsay Janicek. I've heard her names a few times today. Yates pokes it ahead to Bartlett. Here comes Elizabeth Helmreich. Helmreich's going to get it inside the circle. Yates is there. Yates pokes it, but Maddie Ryan steady in the backfield, sends it back out. Bartlett sends it ahead. Healy outside to Bartlett, back to Healy. But Tampon picks it off. Tampon comes this way. Got Ballou again. Ballou gets a explosive when she gets that ball and has room to move. Here she comes across the 25, heading for the circle. Goalie has to make the save. Morgan Carnes, her 6th save on the maybe for the half. It'll be Smith ball deep in the. Nope, going to send it up to Tampon. Murray carries it the requisite 5 yards. Still got control. Bouncing, though. Turns in the circle. Back to, did not shoot it. Back to Ballou across to, across to Sammy Pavlov, who gives it a ride. And in. Ballou to Pavlov to make number 6. Here comes Rocky again. That's Pavlov's 4th goal for the season. Hopefully you didn't miss the last one. I don't think we have a replay. It was on the corner. And then the lift. And now over this side on the right side of the goal. She gives it a ride during play and slips it past Morgan Carnes, who has had her fair share of shots today.
Smith goal scored by number 20, Sammy Pavlov.
Tampon working it in the middle, goes outside to, who is that over there? Oh, Mello, yellow shoes. Right back to Murray. Murray up to Tampon again. Good defense by Wheaton. Collects it cleanly. I think that's Foley on the far side. Now Morton sends it across to Jacinto. Jacinto got tipped off by Wheaton. So it'll be Smith ball. Jacinto back to Leach. Leach in the middle to Morton. Morton's under pressure by Arkin, who's had some explosive activity through the middle but unable to get enough shots off today. Chaney Cornell's only had to make 4 or 5 saves on the day compared to 30 earlier this season against Trinity, maybe Williams. Some big days for Chaney Cornell. Mello tries to carry it inside the circle but stuffed by, who is that on the far side? I think that's Courtney Foley. Maddie Ryan in the center, sends it across, picked off cleanly by Wheaton. Nice job. Here comes Phoebe Seifert. Got room to move coming down the sideline. Seifert's got Maddie Ryan to get by. Sends it into unable to draw the corner. Gabby Monfredo, first year for Wheaton. Able to draw the foul, and Wheaton's 5th corner for today, 2nd in this half. Got 4:13 left to play, as you can see on the scoreboard in this last quarter. 4:13 left in the game. Phoebe Seifert will take it out. Got Foley at the top with maybe Janasek. Foley collects it over to Janasek. Janasek back to Foley, all alone, sends it. Got stuck in some feet. Maddie Ryan gets it off very quickly. Richardson's got Vivian Nelson up front, who collects it cleanly. Nelson's going to make the turn, head into the corner, deep into the corner, draws the foul, and Smith will take their 5th corner for today. 3:46 left to play. 6 goals. Moorhead started off and scored the 4th goal as well. Sammy Pavlov scored the 5th and 6th. And the middle Handwergers got one, and Victoria Mello. I think that's Mello going to take the ball out. Up top to Jacinto, something different. Jacinto sends it. Oh, nicely tipped by Ballou. Maybe. I think it was. Jacinto tipped by Ballou and in past Carnes. We'll see what the word is. Well, it looked to me like Ballou got a stick on it as it popped up at the last minute. So number 6. Here comes Wheaton back at it. Ballou on fire now. Watch out. No stopping her. 3 minutes left. She wants another one. Who's that we got in the middle? We got Emily Keogh in the game. Nice. Emily Keogh is a first year from Croton, New York. Up to Nelson. Nelson gets by. Inside the 25, outside to Mello. Nice save by Carnes as Mello got the shot off. That's Murray on the far side working it, coming to the circle. Another save by Carnes. Smith ball up at the top. Murray will start this off. 2:42 left in the game. Back to Morton. Morton finds Jacinto. Handled cleanly. Got Keogh in the center. Got a first opportunity for Keogh there. But Wheaton pulls it off nicely, comes on out, and that's, I don't have a 21. Oh, Delaney Stokes is out with that one. That's out of bounds. It'll be Stokes on the ball. Stokes sends it forward, but it's knocked out of bounds by Wheaton, and it'll be Leach. Across to Morton. Ooh, Arkin almost got a stick on that. And all the way across to Murray. Nelson, deep to the corner to Mello. Mello trying to force the foul. Thought she had it, but woo! And we got some sticks flying out there. It's going to be Wheaton ball on the foul. Mello right back at it. Turns, got the reverse stick. Ref's going to call that for dangerous, even though Carnes did make the save. It was getting called back anyway. 1:26 left to play in the game. Keogh chasing back, but here comes, I think that's Lindsay Janasek. For Wheaton, able to poke it forward to Elizabeth Helmreich. But Jacinto picks it off outside to Mello. Mello got the reverse stick, sends it up to Vivian Nelson. What?
Good team play.
I got some comments here. I got some color help here on either side of me today, which is nice. Happy to have it. Seeing if I can get alum Emily Biggs back to help me one of these days. I thought I'd get her last week to help, but she's chickened out. I'll work on her for next weekend. No, we're away next weekend. The weekend after, I'll see if I can get another mic and see if I can get her on color. She's out at Mass MoCA, the Museum of Contemporary Art, having been a history museums major here at Smith, and just landed a side job at the new LL Bean in Hadley. We'll see how retail goes. She's going to look great in forest green. Nice shot. Oh, well done. Cheney Cornell there. Sorry, I should stop gabbing. Cheney Cornell stepped up on Elizabeth Helmreich and made the nice save. Starting to sound like the NFL commentators. More gab, less calling the game. I'm getting some hairy eyeballs from the people on either side of me. Right, and Wheaton pulls off a corner with 7 seconds. They will be allowed to play this out regardless. If they're still playing when the 7 seconds runs out, if the ball stays within 5 yards, that's what the dashy line is for, inside the circle. Oh, Emily might be watching this video because I just got a text from her. Let's see what she says. Oh, shout out. Yeah, she's got to be watching the game on the video up there at Mass MoCA. Anyway, here we go. Last chance for Wheaton to get on the board. Send it out. There's the whistle. They know they're going to play through. Sends it down. Here comes Ballou. Nice shot. Oh, it's still in. It's still in. Maddie Ryan's there. Ref's going to call yet another corner. So game is out. Time is off. But because Wheaton is able to force the foul, they're going to get one more try. Of course, the defense that's down there, the usual suspects, Maddie Ryan, Bryn Murray, Abby Morton, and Anna Ballou are going to do their best to maintain the shutout for Cheney Cornell, who's made, what do I got? Cornell's maybe made 6 saves today? Something like that. So we got, that could be Delaney Stokes, sends it out. Sends it down for, and a nice try. Sends it down for Courtney Foley, who gives it a ride. Not able to connect as the ball just goes short and out of bounds. So 7-0 here